Hey everyone, welcome to Tech Talk Central. I'm Nathan, and today we've got Sarah with us, our resident tech expert, and we're going to be doing a deep dive. You know, those two-in-one laptops that become pretty popular, and there are two that have really been making waves. The Lenovo Yoga 9i and the Microsoft Surface Pro both came out in 2024, so pretty new. We're going to be looking at
Huh.
the Amazon product pages and also checking out what customers are saying, those real-world reviews to give you the lowdown on these machines.
Yeah, should be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's kick things off with the Lenovo Yoga 9i. Okay, first impression. This thing boasts a pretty stunning 14-inch OLED 2.8K touchscreen. And get this, it's got 120 hertz refresh rate.
Sure.
Sarah, break it down for us. What's the big deal with all these specs? I mean, for the average user.
Well, first off, that OLED screen, that's where the magic happens. You're talking vibrant colors, deep blacks. It's a visual feast, basically. Whether you're a content creator or just love watching movies on your laptop, this is going to make a huge difference.
Yeah.
And that 120 hertz refresh rate, oh man, it makes everything super smooth, especially scrolling in videos. Compared to a standard display, it's a noticeable step up.
So it's not just about looking pretty. It actually affects the whole experience.
Exactly. And it doesn't stop there. The Yoga 9i packs a punch with a 14th gen Intel Ultra 7 processor, speeds up to 4.8 gigahertz. We're talking serious power.
Yeah.
And to top it off, you get a spacious 1 TB SSD.
Wow. Okay, so we're talking power and storage here. But what does that actually mean for everyday use? Can you give us some real-world examples?
Think multitasking like a pro, running demanding software without breaking a sweat. And with that 1 TB of storage, say goodbye to those external hard drives. No more deleting files to make space. You can store your photos, music work files, everything locally and still have room to spare.
Now that's freedom. Okay, I notice it comes with a DockStorm portable USB hub. What's the advantage of having that included?
Oh, that's super handy, especially if you're always on the go. You can connect to all sorts of devices, external monitor projector, extra storage. It basically expands your connectivity options wherever you are.
Pretty slick. Now, one thing in the product description that I found interesting, it mentions the laptop's been open to enhance performance, but both the computer and its components are brand new. Sarah, what do you make of that?
Yeah, that's a good point, Nathan. Something to think about for sure. On the one hand, it could mean you're getting even better performance than the standard model,
Right.
but it also raises questions like, were those modifications done professionally? Does it affect the warranty? It's definitely something to look into if you're considering this particular Yoga 9i.
Good advice. All right, let's see what the users have to say about it. Now, there aren't a ton of reviews yet, but the ones that are there seem pretty positive. One customer was raving about the display, called the color and picture quality amazing, said it was worth every penny, and another one mentioned it was perfect for business, highlighted the easy-to-use touchscreen and the lightweight design.
It's interesting that even with a limited number of reviews, we're seeing some common themes emerge. The display performance and user-friendliness. It seems like the Yoga 9i is living up to its impressive specs.
Okay, so the Yoga 9i is setting a high bar. Now let's switch gears and check out the Microsoft Surface Pro. This one's got some pretty cutting-edge features too, like something called the Copilot Plus PC experience. They're talking about enhanced AI capabilities, but I'm not really sure what that means. Sarah, can you shed some light on this?
It's definitely a buzzword right now. Even Microsoft hasn't released all the details. But the concept is fascinating. Think about having this super intelligent assistant built right into your device. Copilot Plus PC is all about leveraging AI to make you more productive. Things like automatically summarizing meetings, drafting emails based on your notes, even generating presentation slides from your research.
Wow, that sounds like it could be a game changer for how we work.
Hmm.
So AI is a big focus for the Surface Pro. What about the processor options? What are we looking at there?
You've got a choice between the Snapdragon X Plus with 10 cores or the Snapdragon X Elite, which bumps it up to 12 cores. Now, what's interesting about these Snapdragon processors is they're designed with efficiency and battery life in mind. Microsoft is actually claiming a whopping 14-hour battery life on this thing.
14 hours.
Yeah.
That's impressive. If you're someone who's always on the move, that kind of battery life is a lifesaver. Speaking of being eco-conscious, I noticed the product description mentions Gold EPEAT certification.
Hmm.
What's the significance of that?
Oh, that's a good catch. The EPEAT certification is something to pay attention to when you're buying tech. Gold LD level means the Surface Pro meets some really high standards for energy efficiency and sustainability, which is great for the planet and something more and more people are thinking about.
For sure. Now, I did notice that the customer reviews for the Surface Pro, they were a little bit more mixed than for the Yoga 9i. Some users loved the speed, the ease of use, and that phenomenal battery life we talk about, but others ran into some compatibility issues, particularly with certain applications and drivers. Let's go on there.
Yeah, that's something to keep in mind. The Surface Pro runs on ARM-based architecture, which means some software that's designed for traditional processors might not work on it. Microsoft has been working on improving compatibility, and a lot of popular apps now have ARM versions, but there are still some that are only available for traditional processors, like the one in the Yoga 9i. So if you depend on specialized software, it's crucial to double-check compatibility before you buy.
So compatibility is definitely something to consider. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground with both the Yoga 9i and the Surface Pro. Sarah, what are your initial thoughts? What stands out to you about each machine so far?
Well, the Yoga 9i, it's definitely making a statement with that gorgeous OLED display and the powerful Intel processor. If you're all about that visually immersive experience and you need a machine that can handle demanding tasks, this is a serious contender. But the Surface Pro, it's intriguing with its focus on portability, that incredible battery life, and the potential of the Copilot Plus PC experience. It seems like Microsoft is really pushing the boundaries with AI integration, and it's going to be interesting to see how that develops.
Yeah, I agree. It's a tough choice between these two impressive two-in-ones. We've explored what makes the Lenovo Yoga 9i and the Microsoft Surface Pro tick individually, but now it's time to pit them head-to-head in some key categories. Let's start with the viewing experience. The Yoga 9i boasts that impressive 14-inch OLED 2.8K touchscreen with 120 Hz refresh rate. Sarah, remind us why OLED is such a game changer for viewers.
OLED takes visual quality to a whole new level. With OLED, individual pixels can be turned on and off completely, which means you get those perfect black levels and incredible contrast. Richer colors, greater detail. It's like having a mini movie theater in your lap.
So the Yoga 9i sounds like it takes the crown in the display department. Does the Surface Pro even come close?
Well, the Surface Pro has a beautiful display too, but it is a bit smaller at 13 inches compared to the Yoga 9i's 14-inch screen. So if you're looking for a larger viewing area for work or entertainment, the Yoga 9i might have the edge there.
All right, let's talk processing power. The Yoga 9i packs a 14th gen Intel Ultra 7 processor, while the Surface Pro offers the Snapdragon X Plus and X Elite. How do these processors stack up against each other for everyday users?
This is where things get interesting. The Intel Ultra 7 in the Yoga 9i is known for its raw power and performance, making it a great choice for demanding tasks like video editing or even casual gaming. But the Snapdragon processors in the Surface Pro, they have their own advantages. While they might not reach the same peak performance, they excel in efficiency and battery life, which is a big factor for a lot of people.
Sounds like we have a classic trade-off between power and portability.
Exactly. If you need a machine that can handle anything you throw at it, the Yoga 9's Intel processor is a solid choice. But if you prioritize battery life and on-the-go performance, the Surface Pro with its Snapdragon processor might be a better fit.
And speaking of battery life, Microsoft is claiming a whopping 14 hours for the Surface Pro. That's incredible. How does the Yoga 9i compare?
Well, the product page for the Yoga 9i doesn't actually specify an exact battery life. But considering its powerful Intel processor and that large OLED screen, it's safe to say it probably won't match the Surface Pro's claimed 14 hours. So in the battery life department, the Surface Pro seems to have the upper hand.
Okay, one last category before we move on to the final round, software compatibility. We talked earlier about how the Surface Pro's ARM-based architecture can sometimes cause compatibility issues with certain applications. What are some things our listeners should keep in mind if they're concerned about this?
It's a really important point to remember. If you depend on specific software for your work or hobbies, it's crucial to research whether it's compatible with the Surface Pro's architecture. Microsoft has been working to improve compatibility, and many popular apps now have ARM versions, but there are still some applications that are only available for traditional processors, like the one in the Yoga 9i. So if you need specialized software, double-checking compatibility before you buy is a must.
So we've seen how the Yoga 9i and the Surface Pro stack up in terms of display processing power and battery life.
But having all that storage built in, it's a huge plus for anyone who works with large files or has a massive media library. You can just keep everything locally. No need for external drives or relying on cloud storage.
Yeah, it's not just about how much storage you have, though, right? It's
Right.
also about the speed.
Right, exactly. SSDs are way faster than those old school hard drives. Everything's snappier, booting up your laptop, opening applications, saving files. It all just feels so much more responsive.
And I see the Yoga 9i also comes with an active pen, which seems like a nice touch for creative tasks.
Oh, yeah, that Active Pen is great for note-taking, sketching, even digital art. It's pressure sensitive, so it gives you a natural writing experience.
Yeah.
It's versatile, good for productivity and for creative work.
Now, let's talk about a feature on the Surface Pro that really caught my attention, that Copilot plus PC experience with the enhanced AI capabilities.
Yeah.
Still sounds a bit futuristic to me.
I know, right? It does. It's like something out of a sci-fi movie. but in a good way. We still don't have all the details. But the idea is that this Copilot Plus PC is going to act like your super smart assistant. It'll be built right into the device, and it's supposed to help you work smarter and more efficiently. Things like automating tasks, giving you insights from data, and maybe even helping you create content. I mean, it could totally change how we use computers.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing.
Okay.
Last but not least, let's talk design and portability. Both laptops look sleek and stylish, but there are some key differences in the form factor.
Yeah, the Yoga 9i, it's your classic clamshell laptop, but it has that 360-degree hinge, so you can flip the screen all the way around and use it as a tablet. Pretty versatile, but that design also makes the Yoga 9i a bit bigger and heavier than the Surface Pro.
Now, the Surface Pro, on the other hand, is a detachable tablet.
Mm.
It comes with a keyboard that you can magnetically attach and detach, so it's super portable and lightweight. You can easily toss it in your bag and take it anywhere.
Exactly. And that kickstand on the Surface Pro, it's a game changer. You can adjust the screen to different angles, whether you're at your desk on a plane or just chilling on the couch. It's always comfortable.
So it seems like if you're after that big screen and that traditional laptop experience, the Yoga 9i is a great choice. But if portability and flexibility are at the top of your list, the Surface Pro might be the winner.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It all comes down to what you need, what you prefer, and of course, your budget.
Well, it's been a really interesting deep dive into the world of two-in-one laptops. We've covered a lot of ground and hopefully given everyone some food for thought. If you're interested in checking out the latest prices and deals on these machines, be sure to check out the links in the description below. And before we wrap up, don't forget to subscribe to Tech Talk Central for more insightful tech reviews and comparisons. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.